Ladies and gentlemen of the flat earth, I'm joined once again by the insatiable force, by Miss Rosie Swaffer, Miss Rosie Posey Pudding and Pies, food blogger extraordinaire, influencer.
No.
You influence me in my food choices.
And your relationship.
Yeah, and my relationship, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. My reach is far-reaching.
It goes all the way round to say that reach.
Oh, wow. Not even 30 seconds in, Will.
Come on, I do my best.
Yes,
That's what I'm here for. How would you define an influencer? I was talking to Hayley about this last night. How do you define an influencer?
Such a wankerish title. I really, really wouldn't want to be
You're
kind
an
of
influencer.
filed under that.
You are, though. Like it for better or worse.
Do you think? I don't know. It all feels a bit accidental to me. I've
Yeah.
never really tried.
Does it have to be intentional?
Thing is, I've just always been really opinionated and
Yes.
quite keen on forcing that on people. So I wouldn't
All right,
necessarily say that my intention. I mean, my intention is to influence people, but I don't really class myself as that. But it is a valid title. I think it's definitely a thing.
Are influencers a net positive on society, or are they bringing us down into the abyss?
I work in marketing, so I mean, obviously there's plus and minuses to this. But yeah, it has all gone a bit far, I think.
Drum and bass needs more influencers. Drum and bass, well, you know what? That was supposed to be the job of sort of radio DJs, I guess, in a way. There was a DJ who will remain. No, it was Mr. Jam. I don't know if it still says it. His Twitter bio.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart. Don't get me wrong.
Really nice guy.
Although I will say I do have his voice in real life compared to his radio voice are like it's two different people. It's really weird. His Twitter bio says I believe he calls himself a tastemaker.
No.
Yeah, not for me, thanks.
No,
but
thanks.
yeah, God
No,
bless him.
no,
all
no,
the same,
no.
you know, tastemaker, thought leader,
No.
business leader,
And what do you class yourself as?
thought leader, cult leader.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I'm doing my best to bring the drum and bass industrial complex to its knees before the rapture. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just in a room screaming in the morning, getting
your mate.
triggered. Yeah. It's two people. God, it's hotter down here today.
It really is. I'm considering taking this off, but I've got a really unflattering bra on and the straps are exposed. So.
Haven't we all?
Yeah.
Christ. Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Coffee and Memes.
Steady job and a couple extra potatoes. That's all I want.
You're getting on, you're pushing 30, Slugger. You know, it's time to think about getting some ambition.
I always figured I'd live a little bit longer without it.
Don't forget, kid, that what you're trying to do here is to be bright and chipper and entertaining and intelligent and sort of glitzy, and that's funny, and it's kind of cool, and it's interesting, and it's edgy, and all of that. It puts that facade of momentary charisma on you, and if you don't play that out, you actually fail.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Coffee and Memes on Threshold.fm. He's fucking calling me! Jesus, it's right, it's you! Why are you blowing up my phone on the thing? No, I'm just getting notifications through the nose.
Mate, I was just influencing people to watch our podcast.
Good. Good. Finally, someone is doing something.
I got cream around my
No, not anymore. Rosie arrived with cream all over her face. She looked like I was on the walk of
Stop
shame
it.
from a bukkake party.
I knew.
Come on. You shouldn't have brought it up. What are you expecting?
Yeah.
Guys, look, there is some bloody insanity in the news today. I've picked out some special ones for you because I know you specialist subjects. What is cockfishing, also known as catcocking? And how can you spot it?
I mean, two of my favourite things.
Yes, I don't know what they are. You're going to have to explain them to me.
I don't know either. Oh, the Metro. Here we
Yeah,
are.
lots of Metro.
There they are. I haven't read it for a couple of
Oh
days.
my God, look, vegan traumatised for life after being served pork sausage roll at Greg's. Wow, oh dear.
Have you eaten one of the vegan ones?
I had one from somewhere else. It was, I don't know, but I don't think that the normal ones are good. So
Yeah,
I don't know what.
I don't. I had my vegetarian aunt rhapsodising about the fucking vegan sausage rolls and going, why don't you get a job at Greg's? I was like, I feel like they're fucking, what's you can
behind
get
the counter?
free vegan, I don't know, vegan sausage rolls.
So the role is not important, Rosie. The importance is that you work for Greg's.
She was like, send them your CV speculatively. And I was like, no, do you know what?
Oh.
But their social, I mean, you don't do Twitter any longer, but their Twitter is fucking amazing.
Is it?
Mate, them, Burger King and KFC have all properly stepped up their game. Like, they're really smashing it. But Greg's in particular are jokes, and they do a lot of memes.
Good. Well, good for them. I mean, you know, they've obviously got their demographics sorted, haven't they? You'll soon be able to have sex while speeding along in a driverless car. BMW advert hints.
Does it?
Kind of flexing on people that don't have sex even just at home. But, you know.
Don't look at me like that.
Do you want to be one of those people that has sex? Well, I guess so. How about in a car? Well, yes, please. In a driverless, shagging in a driverless car.
I don't know about driverless cars. It feels very, very dicey to me.
Yeah, it's going to be a while before I don't know. It might. Do you think it'll be one of those things where in like 10, 20 years you're like, I just cannot believe that anyone ever drove their own cars?
Yeah, definitely. It is going to be one of those. How many times did you take your driving test? You're going to say first time.
First time.
6 lessons. Did it when I was 17 and 2 weeks old.
I genuinely, I have no idea how I managed to pass it first time. 14 minors, so one more and I'd have been out.
Yeah.
But I reckon, had I have got that additional minor, I reckon it would have been like 5th time or something.
Yeah.
It was pure fluke that I managed it. Even like the examiner at the end was like... It was like that meme of the guy blinking, just,
Your driving is, you know.
Mine is fine. It's generally fine, you know, on the whole, fine. An update on the Ukrainian quote-unquote child reportedly with... did you hear this story?
No.
I reported on it a couple of days ago. I report on stuff. That's what I do.
Is that what you do now?
Yeah, I'm a reporter, yeah.
And while I'm influencing, you're out here reporting.
Yeah, I'm reporting the fact. I try my best to report the facts,
Sweet.
you know, the facts on the ground as I see them, you know, giving it unbiased, you know, highly triggering news.
Yeah.
So anyway, a family in America adopts what they believe to be a Ukrainian orphan who has dwarfism. And then this no
you don't.
Don't worry, it gets better.
I'm really scared.
It's really scared. Well, you're going to get a lot more scared. Anyway, turns out, according to the mum, that they reckon not a child and potentially up to 30 years old after it repeatedly tries to kill them. After she poisoning them and knives. It was like bleach and like Windex and other stuff. And so they abandoned her and but kind of went on the lam. And now they're being prosecuted with child abuse, even though the state have actually said that they've done some tests on the child and they reckon she's at least 22.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's wild.
So she's still living with them?
No,
or...
look, she's just been adopted by someone else.
I mean, have they been given the cold, hard facts? Or are they labouring under the misapprehension how old did they think she was? 9?
6 or 9 or something, yeah. I mean, looks like a little girl, sure. You would not expect it to be a psychopathic dwarf that is going to try and kill you while you sleep. That's not what you're expecting when you adopt.
Look pretty normal size as well, don't they?
That's generally how you can, you know, that's, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, she's now with a different family. So, damn, that's a 5.5 head, isn't it? Look, I need to bring this up on the... for everyone else to see, mate.
My friend Sarah always says I've got a freakishly small forehead, but actually she's just got a massive one. She was like, I can't have photos next to you because yours is so small. I think it's perfectly normal size.
It's fine. I wouldn't, you know, I'm agnostic to it, shall we say. I feel about it neither one way nor t'other. Anyway, that
Jesus
forehead is
Christ.
bigger than the rest of her face put together.
And the rest of her face ain't small.
No. Wow. God. I mean, that's the most interesting part of this. Oh, the phone tucked into bra thing as well. That's a classy look. I like that as a look. I've always wanted to go out with someone that does that, but I'm starting to feel that my days might run out
Yeah.
You know, to
I've
live out that
the
dream.
best I've got. I mean, I'm sure Hayley might.
I think if she was right, if that would really make you happy.
So do I, honestly.
I'll do it. Yeah.
She gives good wife, mate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Gives good wife. I've never heard that term before.
That's
I like
what I used to
it.
say about my stepmom. She's a fucking bitch, but she obviously gives excellent wife.
Right.
Yeah. My dad hasn't left and remarried for a 4th time. So.
He's got form.
I don't know
you
how
know he's got it in him.
Into this every time I come
yeah.
here.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway, the Metro have a running thing called How I Save, which is where they take smug people who've saved up money.
Yeah.
And they tell you how they've done it. But this caught my eye. How I Saved, the 28-year-old account manager spending cash on cocaine and croissants.
Right.
Sounds like a friend of ours.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Actually does.
In our weekly series, How I Save, I usually learn from the scrimping of experienced savers. This is Ellen Scott. She likes to report on the what not to put in your vagina or how men are trash.
I feel like I've had
articles.
dealings with her in my job. Actually,
Really?
Yeah. Just calling and asking.
She's subhuman scum. Don't worry about it.
I've dealt with a lot.
We're reminded that the key to saving money seems to be, earning a lot of money. This week's edition's a little different in that it's a lesson in what not to do. We really blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, get to the good shit.
As cocaine is illegal and possession can land you 7 years in prison, that's not an approach to budgeting we recommend. Oh, hold on a second, I've missed out a bit. Yeah. We really appreciate Leanne being completely honest about the reality of her spending on the condition of anonymity, so Leanne isn't a real name. But it's important.
Use the word spaff. Sorry.
Oh, yeah?
Preempt you.
It's important to note that alongside the usual not so responsible purchases, the takeaway coffee and croissants, she also spaffs quite a bit of her income on cocaine.
Go on the Metro.
Good. So as you read through this week's diary of spending and saving, remember that even if Leanne has got more money saved than you do, she's not exactly a shining example to follow. All right.
What's your biggest expenditure a month?
Cocaine.
Is it?
Usually, yeah. No, it's not.
Other than Hayley, Tally.
Gin and stockings for the missus, dog treats. This radio station. Probably. Is this gonna? Oh God, there's a lot of this. I don't know if I can. Look, I just want to know how much he spends on gear a month.
Yeah, a couple of lines of coke to save money on, but he's not exactly budgeting.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay, so that's her budgeting. She buys cocaine instead of alcohol. You can't do cocaine sober. What kind of absolute lunatic would take cocaine after not having a drink?
It's more like a 3-4 drink, should we call one in type vibe. Like, I'm going to remain completely sober and just sniff loads of bag.
Who has the idea of getting on the bag while sober? No one. No normal person. She should be seeing a therapist, not the fucking Metro. Jesus, she should be in therapy. Unbelievable. Anyway, 69 quid for the gym.
She doesn't even say how much she spends on sniff.
Pathetic. That's all anyone wants to know.
For fuck's sake. You literally got catfished by that headline. Next.
Yeah, shocking. Thanks. Next. Next, please. Man accused of shoplifting reveals the bulge was just his 10-inch peen. Okay. Wow, look at his wife. They look. Mate, I would not fuck with these two. Jesus.
Imagine their sex life, Will.
They're just punching each other in the face.
Fuck me.
Or going at it. Jesus Christ. I would imagine. I could imagine a scenario.
Look at her gun. Look at her like camel toving.
Whoa,
Butters.
that's serious, isn't it?
How did
Jesus.
you not notice?
They strike me as the type that you're in a boozer, you suddenly find yourself in an argument with the fella, and out of nowhere, from behind, the missus just glasses you around the back of the head. And then he just turns around and just carries on drinking like nothing's happened. You're just bleeding out on the floor. The landlord just comes around and sprinkles some sawdust over it.
Have you been watching Top Boy? Have you watched the new one?
No, is it any good?
Mate, I've been watching it before I go to bed. I just don't know who's fitter, Kano or Deshaun. Like, I just don't know. They're both,
They're both pretty fit, I will say.
But I watched one last night when I got in, basically both. But when I got in late last night, I was watching it and I was bleeding out, fam, on the floor. And I was like, why am I doing this to myself at 2:30 in the morning? And you just spark that memory as you said, bleeding out.
Yeah.
Anyway. But it's brilliant. You need to watch it. I've rewatched it.
It's not as good as the first ones.
It's not.
It's been Netflix.
I don't know. I've got about 3 more episodes to go.
Is it gritty? Is it gritty urban drama?
It's just full of absolute wrong uns beating the fuck out of each other, cutting limbs off and doing
gritty urban drama for rich white people to look and go, oh gosh, this looks terrible. I'm glad I don't live there.
No, I think it's for like all the girls to just be like, yeah, do him, like, all the posh lads. Anyway,
it's just roadman porn.
Exactly. Mate,
right.
that's such a succinct summary of
that. Fine. Shoe throwers, guys, listen. What have we got? A few bits, actually. We do need to crown a shoe thrower of the week, and there are two possibilities. One is this She Runs Sicker remix. It's originally by KC. And also, which one was it? Oblivion by Reaper, I think. Also, there's new Rido and new Posse. Let's do this new Posse bit. It's called A Car That Cranks. Fine, let's have it. Let's get involved.
If you've got a car that cranks but doesn't start, stay tuned. Because I'm going to show you how to fix it.
I literally watched that YouTube video a couple of days ago when my fucking car broke down. No. This guy, he's like this American mechanic. And he makes these hilarious YouTube videos that are extremely informative and helpful. Wow, but Posse is on the case. Jenna in the chat is saying that woman looks like she's injected steroids into her vulva. Frisk isn't impressed. What does New Lad think?
But normally the fuel pump fuses are okay. It's the pump that goes bad. So check to see if the pump is putting out any pressure. Now, if you don't have a fuel pressure gauge, here's a trick. So now you know what to check if your car doesn't start. And remember, if you've got any car questions, just visit ScottyKilmer.com and I'll answer them.
Jizzface gives it 3 out of 5 facials. Not bad. Really defining opinion in the chat. I'm a fan. Well, as Posse is always quoted as saying, love me or hate me, you'll fucking fear me. Ah, Squidge says that it reminds him of his childhood abuse. That's nice. It's nice to have that nostalgia. Posse, a car that cranks, sampling that weird American dude off of the YouTube who has helped me out. Yeah, Scotty Kilmer from the YouTube. He's helped me out many times with car troubles, and I'm sure one day maybe we'll help you. You're a fan of car troubles, aren't you?
So many car troubles, mate. Well, you never even asked me how many times it took me to...
Oh, God, go on then.
Passed on the 7th.
7th? Jesus, that's more than Jim. It's more than James Pryor.
Is it? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was 5, wasn't he?
Yeah.
No, actually, we had this conversation at your birthday.
Fucking
7 times. And then to
dedication.
To really put the icing on the cake of that, I trashed 3 cars within 4 months of passing my test.
Fuck.
Just like to say, only one of those were my fault. And mate.
Yeah, all right. No,
compensation payout.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. The first one I did. The second one... No, there was 3. The second one,
Get that boy up in front of your face.
Sorry.
There you go.
That's better, isn't it?
Yeah.
First one, the first one, I crashed into someone. The second one, someone rear-ended me so hard that I went into the car in front, and it just literally concertinaed the car.
Yeah.
And then the third one, just driving down the A27, someone cut in front of me, hit the car. They got cut out. They had to get cut out of the car. They were in like life support and stuff. Tried to say it was my fault, and I was like, "Mate, you literally cut in front of me on the A27." Anyway, I had to have like CBT and all this other shit, and ended up getting a large payout for all of my troubles, but lots of car troubles.
No, you're right. Saudi Arabia do have the right idea with not letting women drive. They do have some few good ideas over there. Come on, dearie mate. Right? Do we want? I think let's find out what cockfishing is, guys. What is cockfishing, also known as catcocking, and how can you spot it? Right, I'm going to take a hazard a guess at this, which is men sending dick pics to make their dicks look bigger than they are in real life. What do you reckon?
Oh, okay, yeah, because the iPhone 11
apparently it makes stuff look
so
big.
gutted I didn't wait to upgrade. Are you?
Poor baby. I haven't given it a second thought.
Did I not send you that thing about the millennials getting triggered by the number of holes? That was ridiculous.
They're fucking pathetic.
Grow up.
Yeah, like, it's a real thing. It's not a registered phobia. It's not a recognised phobia. These people need to grow up.
Fear of little holes.
Oh,
what is
fuck
it?
off.
What's it called? Pathetic.
Typophobia.
Yeah. Oh, is that it?
Yeah. Trypophobia, maybe. Whatever. They need to shut up.
Pathetic.
Grow up.
Yeah.
Anyway, with news that the iPhone 11 is letting people digitally exaggerate the size of things with its wide-angle lenses, we reported on how some people are using it for their penises. Who's this? Oh, I thought it would be Alan Scott. It's not. Jessica Lindsay. Okey-doke. It led us to a term that many are calling cockfishing. And no, it doesn't involve angling for roosters. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, cockfishing, sometimes, I mean, I do feel like adding that badum-tsh sound effect is kind of in a way badum-tsh in itself. Like, it's just sort of hacky and pathetic. Cockfish, sometimes known as catcocks, are loosely related to catfish in that they use the mystery of the World Wide Web to misrepresent who they are to potential friends, dates, or even financial donors. Financial donors? Why are you sending cockpics to find out?
Is that how you're getting your Patreon figures up?
Yeah, I suck dick in disabled toilets. What are you going to do about it? Someone's got to fund this radio station. People rely on me. Come on.
Providing a service here.
Yes! It's sort of sucking as a service. SaaS. That's what it stands for. If you ever see that term on the internet, that's what it stands for. Sucking as a service. Since in real life, it's obviously quite clear what they're packing, the cockfish uses doctored pics to make their members seem larger than it actually is.
I hate the word member. It's so, like, noncy.
When the panties are removed and she's moist,
the
member will...
Panties is such a pedo ring to it. What the fuck?
When the ladies remove their panties.
Mate, moist isn't even it doesn't bother me. Fondle.
Oh!
Oh, literally. Honestly, I'm cringy. My cringe muscles are...
Well, how much money for you to be paid? We should do more of these because I know you're a big fan. How much money monthly, tax-free, to have for 6 hours of the day, dapper laughs, just saying moist on a loop in the back of your head?
Fondle would be much worse.
Yeah? All right, give me a quote on moist. 6 hours a day of that as your internal monologue. Dapper laughs his voice.
Oh, $4,000 a month? Take
$4,000?
Yeah,
take home. It's not bad, is it? All right, and what about fondle?
Honestly, actually, can you see it?
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, 10.
10. Wow, cheeky 10K tax-free. Wow, that's like sort of lottery, one of those lottery prizes. All right, well, look, this is how to spot a cockfish. I'm going to write a sort of clap back to this article, which is like, how to spot girls using all manner of filters and apps to make themselves look hotter than they are.
Like glossary of terms there.
Let's all right, look away. Let me see how many you can guess. Breadcrumbing.
Oh. It's like keeping someone there hanging, waiting, basically, like throwing them little crumbs just so they hang around, waiting for something more substantial.
Correct.
Yeah.
Caspering.
Being ghosted, don't even get me started.
Being a friendly ghost, meaning yes, you ghost, but you offer an explanation beforehand.
Oh,
that's
really?
you.
Oh, that is me. That is me. That is definitely me.
Caspering is all about being a nice human being with common decency. A novel idea.
And I'll tell you what, Will, the fucking thanks you get for it.
Zero.
Yep. Literally, it's like, oh, so you were never interested. It's like, no, and I'm telling you that.
No, I'm afraid you can't make that sign anymore. That is literally, there's an article here about how it's been designated a hate symbol.
Okay.
Okay.
Some might argue I am a hate symbol, like in my entirety, depending on what mood I'm in.
You're a hate icon, I would say. Don't do yourself a disservice. You're a wonderful internet hate icon.
Come on, give me some more.
Catfish. Oh, we all know that.
We all know that.
Clearing.
Ooh.
No? Clearing season happens in January. When we're so miserable, thanks to Christmas being over, the cold weather and general seasonal dreariness, that we'll hook up with anyone.
Oh, I'd like
so
an
we don't
amend
feel
to this.
unattractive.
As soon as the nights start drawing in, I cannot tell you, mate. My DMs have been popping off with, hey. It's like, fuck off. The second the nights start drawing in, people are like, wow, it's box set season. Let's just tap her up and see if she's got really desperate over the summer. Soz guys, no.
You rewatched Breaking Bad again.
Don't know about January. That's the highest rate of divorce as well when I worked at that law firm.
Really?
Yeah. Like the phones were off the hook in January because everyone fucking hates each other, don't they? They go away for Christmas, have a massive family bust up, and and then divorce.
Smart.
Yeah.
Cuffing season. Don't know. The chilly autumn and winter months when you are struck by the desire to be coupled up.
I'm telling you about nights are drawing in. I didn't know it had a term.
Fire dooring. Being fire doored is when the access is entirely on one side. So you're always waiting for them to call or text and your efforts are shot down. Right,
I mean, never happens to me.
Never. You are the fire door.
No, generally, yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
It does tend, I think it tends to be women being the fire door, I think. Probably should be like that, shouldn't it?
I mean, not in this day of non-gender. I don't even know.
Sorry, am I being problematic?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay, female identifying humans should be the fire doors. They should identify as fire doors.
So that whole thing identify as just makes me feel very
confused by the
uncomfortable.
world. Fishing.
Oh, this used to be called, and you
yeah.
can't call it that. Bird fishing. You stick out a couple of lines like, "Hey, how are you?" Like a couple of pictures. You know, you cast your net quite. Yeah.
Women.
Bird fishing, and then you see who you get a bite from first. I learned about this when I was, I learned about this before the days of. God, I'm revealing my age now. Before the days of WhatsApp, like
really?
It was literally you just used to send out a few texts on your Nokia. Hey, how you doing? That sort of thing, and then just wait to see if you get a bite.
I'd tend to send out like, "Hey, sorry about the group message. Sorry about the spam. You up?"
You up? Oh my god, yeah, just literally.
Sorry for the group
and the
message.
most
you
offensive
up.
is when they just use a "you up." It's like,
Yes,
wow, you
yes,
can't even be fucked to write out two words in full. Like,
yeah. That's the best. That's how you know the fuck boy is on point.
Flash panner, I know a few of them.
Someone who's addicted to the warm, fuzzy, and exciting bit at the start of a relationship, but can't handle the hard bits that come after.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. Freckling. Freckling is when someone pops into your dating life when the weather's nice and then vanishes when it's a little chillier.
Oh.
Okay. Kitten fishing. The fuck is kitten fishing? Using images that are of you but are flattering to a point that might be deceptive.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so really old or heavily edited photos.
Kitten fishes wildly exaggerate their height. So basically every man then. How tall are you? Oh, I'm 5'11". Do you mean 5'8"?
Yes.
Maybe and a quarter.
Everyone adds an inch, at least. Love bombing.
Yeah.
Sharing someone with attention, gifts, gesture, or affection and promises of your future relationship only to distract them from your not-so-great bits. Everyone does that, surely. In extreme cases, this can form the basis for an abusive relationship, right?
I think most people kind of do it inadvertently, but I think for some people it's their genuine strategy for ensnaring people and,
But you sort of want to try and play on your good bits and try and hide your bad bits at the beginning, don't you?
Obvs.
Yeah. Micro-cheating. Cheating without physically crossing the line, so stuff like emotional cheating, sexting, confiding in someone other than your partner, that sort of thing.
Have you ever been cheated on?
No, not that I know of. No, I wasn't ever cheated on anyone, so I don't know, maybe...
Karma has repaid you.
I guess so, yeah. Mountaineering, reaching for people who might be out of your league, or reaching for the absolute top of the mountain.
It's called punching. Stop trying to fucking remake the wheel, mate.
Yeah. What obligaswiping? The act of endlessly swiping on dating apps and flirt chatting away with
Obligaswiping.
Obligaswiping. Okay, and flirt chatting away with no legitimate intention of meeting up, so you can tell yourself you're doing something to put yourself out there.
Do you remember when I gave your Tinder update a little overhaul? You sent it to me and I was
Maybe,
like, well...
Come on, that was the first time I'd ever done
mate.
online dating.
We got you laid.
I know, it's true. Yeah. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, Jam.
Babe, like literally, I've been your rock since
I wish I could repay the favour.
So do I, Will.
Rosie's single, she needs someone 6'4" at least. She's got to have money.
Likes nonce-jokes.
Likes nonce-jokes. Likes the footy.
Lives in Brighton.
Not shy to eat. Not a fussy eater. No vegans.
Absolutely no fussy eating. That would just be...
Slide into her DMs. Tell her Rankin sent you.
Thanks, babe.
Yeah. Likes drum and bass, but isn't weird about it.
Yeah. That's really good.
Shadowing, posing with a hot friend in all your dating photos, knowing people will assume you're the attractive one and will be too polite to... Oh, right. Will be too polite to us. Yeah, that's a Tinder classic.
That is a Tinder classic. When you're like, mate, well, where's the pictures of you on your own? And when they're all selfies as well, you just think, why haven't you got any mates?
Yeah.
Why is no one taking pictures of you? Why are you pouting into your phone for 6 different shots? Blatantly changing their T-shirt and going, this go on this background now.
Yeah, sure.
Nah.
Zombieing, ghosting, then returning from the dead.
Oh, mate, I know quite a few of them.
Oh, yeah. Different from submarining. What's submarining? When someone ghosts, then suddenly returns and acts like nothing happened.
Wow. I mean, I've got a number of, yeah.
Yeah,
Why is this a thing? I feel
your target
like this wasn't a
demographic,
thing,
isn't
but
it?
it is. It's purely because everyone's got so much option now, isn't it? Like you are one of a few spinning plates, whereas back in the day,
you'd have members of your family, the church.
Back
that was
in the
it.
day, they'd have to ring my fucking house and speak to my mum if they wanted to chirps me. Do you know what I mean? Like that is genuinely how it was. Did you have a pager?
Yes.
So did I.
Yeah, you had to ring up and tell an operator what it was, and they would send it really badly spelt with wrong information in it.
That. And
their
it
own
probably
spin on
cost
it.
about 40p.
Yeah.
And that was literally how you chirped in the 90s.
Right, here's an idea. It's a dating app, but if you want to speak to them, you have to ring and it connects to your mum, and then they have to go, make the decision. And no, she's actually not here at the moment. Who is this? Or they go, oh yes, you sound nice, but I'll put you through.
Bring it back to the old school, mate. Pagers were the one.
That's the way to do it.
Cellnet, got your first mobile phone on Cellnet.
Christ, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. My Label and Me. Have you ever seen any of these?
No.
God, they're ridiculous. Like sometimes they're perfectly fine. Like I don't know, people with disabilities or what have you.
Oh, it's all centered around disabilities.
Not all of it. No. Occasionally they have people like, I'm a champagne socialist. Everyone thinks I'm a cunt, but I am.
Definitely a disability.
Being a champagne, yeah. My Label and Me. I'm clumsy. I'm resilient. Clumsy. No,
there's something underneath.
Are you
that
an oppressed class?
Yes. I'm not clumsy, I'm resilient. No.
Fuck you. No, I don't want to give her the time of day. Another one was like, I'm a tall woman, but I'm shy. All right, well, what do you want? Set you up a fucking crowdfunder. Start a podcast. Get a Patreon. Come on, let's do it. Tall woman problems. Yes, we have it bad too.
I do know quite a few tall women, It must be a challenge with all these lying men saying that they're 5'11" and then they're not, and...
Yeah, well, it's got advantages in other areas, doesn't it? No one likes a short ass, do they, Rosie?
I mean, I definitely don't, but I'm 5'3".
I know, short ass. Right, look, let's have one of these bits that is of potential for shoe thrower. Wait, this is called She Runs by KC, sicker remix. Fucking naughty bit. Deceptive intro.
And she keeps on losing fights, and whether she's wrong or right. And just when you think you're in reach, she runs again. She runs again. She runs.
You're listening to Coffee and Memes, where you can watch Rosie Posey on her phone.
My bitch face. Oh my God.
Behold Rosie Posey's resting bitch face. Watch her tweet. Watch her on the gram. Press F to pay respects. Yeah, everyone giving it the not so much about the vocal routine. Yeah, I'm not enough with the vocal. I did this.
I like it.
Yeah? You would, you're a girl.
Yeah.
Chicks, they just love the vocal tracks. Yeah, that's KC. It's called She Runs, Sicker remix. I'm not. For me, it's not. I think it's a good record. I think it's a good record. You put your fucking phone down. 2 minutes.
I just got a message from Hayley.
What's she's on about? She's saying, what are you talking about me, bitch? No, I think for me it's going to be Oblivion by Reaper. We'll play that in a bit. Before then, look, let's get into this lad with the big unit. Where are we? Where's he gone?
Where?
Here he is. Woo! He's packing heat.
Oh, we're back on him.
Yeah, I want to read the story. Also, there's a much even funnier picture down below. A man was accused of shoplifting after staff clocked a suspicious bulge in his jeans, only for it to transpire that his trousers weren't full of stolen goods, just his 10-inch peen.
Casual.
Yep. Damn.
Mate, I just please scroll off that picture because her
honestly,
vagina.
Whoa,
look at it.
Size of that. Wow, she's looks
steroids
like
in her vulva, as your mate said.
Great.
Vulva.
I'd like to see it. Just want to marvel at it. Just, like a wonder of the world. Window fitter Steve Whitehurst, 47, was shopping at Scott's Menswear in Stoke-on-Trent with his girlfriend, Maddie Shenton, 46, and her 18-month-old grandson. Okay, grandma at 46, that's fine.
Living that dream.
Yeah, living
the
Stoke-on-Trent. Yeah. When he headed to the till to pay for the £400 of items he'd picked out, the store manager confronted him about the bulge. He claimed he was forced to show security what he was actually packing. This is the best thing that's ever happened to him. Steve said, I had very tight jeans on that day and there was a bulge. Yes, that's not illegal. I can't help the way I was made.
It would be if you were standing in a playground, Steve.
The manager started arguing with me. She wouldn't let it go. I kept telling her that was my penis. Eventually, I dropped my trousers in front of everyone and just stood there in my boxer shorts and said, see, I've got nothing to hide. That's probably the crime there, isn't it, I guess? But that didn't satisfy her. She kept saying, what's that bulge?
God.
Steve, who claims he often has to roll up his manhood, said he had to go into a cubicle with a male security guard to prove what was behind the mysterious mound in his jeans. He continued, I dropped my boxers. He shook his head and ran out. Ran out. The manager, I heard her say, please tell me he's got something down there. And the guy said, no. Recalling last Sunday's shopping trip as the craziest experience of my life, he has since made a complaint to the company. Girlfriend Maddie said, it was so humiliating. What they did to Steve was disgusting. I think the look on Steve's face here says that he's probably not...
pretty pleased with himself.
Probably not that put out by it. Her face, on the other hand. Oh, bless her.
Wow, that lip liner.
It's quite something, isn't it?
But can we just go back
no,
to
you can't take measure out.
He rolls his penis up. How does that work?
Look, you can see the bulge in his trousers.
I'm now picturing...
Look at him. He's packing fucking heat.
I'm imagining Steve unfurling his penis. And such a great word, unfurling.
It is,
Look.
Unfurling it
Mandy,
betwixt
or
his
whatever her name is.
Yeah, man. Whew, damn. That's why he's got to find someone with such an enormous
vagina.
Yeah. Come on, what are you going to do? Staff claim the manager who accused Steve of shoplifting was on holiday. What? With sources saying they never asked Steve to expose himself, accusing him of becoming aggressive. One witness said staff had good grounds to suspect him. It was Stoke-on-Trent, and he was a heavily tattooed man. He was obviously on the rob.
He looked like absolute scum, to be fair.
Yeah, he was picking up and dropping a lot of items. They found a missing electronic tag in his jacket he tried on, and then spotted a big bulge in his pants. Okay, the plot thickens. And so does his bulge.
Cornered him, he became very abusive, started swinging his...
started windmilling.
Yeah.
He then dropped his trousers, but the bulge was much smaller than staff remembered. Oh, wow. No one ever asked him to go into the cubicle to reveal himself. He did that on his own volition. Come with me. Come on. Come and have a look at this. Come and have a look. JD Sports, which owns Scott's Menswear, said the customer in question was exhibiting suspicious behaviour, and when the store manager confronted the customer, he became abusive. At no point did any colleague ask him to remove any clothing. Yeah, he does look like the sort of man who'd just whip it out.
Whip it out, exactly. He does.
Oh, do you reckon that could be enhanced though? Do you reckon he's got a sock down there?
Stevie little rascal, or has he got an iPhone 11 wheel? This is the question.
No, he's got permanent. He's got a special app that makes it permanently on. Wow, what hero! The hero we deserve, not the hero we need. Look, he's got one ruler there, and then there's the same ruler, then a tape measure. He couldn't stretch to a sort of like a sort of tailor's tape measure as well, or one of those IKEA paper ones. Put something
Roll
next to
out,
it.
like.
Yeah, put something next to it for perspective, like a lighter or a 50p.
Oh my God.
Well, Steve, he's packing heat, and his missus
Steve has got it going on, and his bird is,
they're quite the pair. I want him around for Christmas. Look, he's a good guy. He's a man of God. He's got a cross around his neck. He's got a nice haircut.
I feel like she's got the same affliction as me, like facial Tourette's. We were discussing this the other day when photos of my friend's birthday party came back, and I actually saw what my face looks like.
Wow, you've not seen it before, no?
I feel like we may have identified why I'm still single as well, because I look unapproachable as fuck. Genuinely thought I had my most passive facial expression on, and I look like Mandy or whatever her name is over there. Genuine facial Tourette's.
I'm sure I saw something recently about like Botox or something specifically designed to help with resting bitch face.
No, I asked for that. I put a call out for that on
that
my
must have been it.
Instagram.
You influenced me, see?
Hashtag.
Yeah. Well, there's a gap in the market, guys. Anyone?
I'll be your guinea pig.
Jim's girlfriend is a doctor, Susie, and I think she was considering going down the Botox route.
I've had it.
Good money. She was considering administering it. So maybe that would be something that she could look into, if you can get it up in a special way. I don't know. You seen Simon Cowell's face recently?
I have indeed.
Yeah, it would be sort of the opposite of what they've done there. They made him look like he's got a genetic disease.
There's serious money. Susie should go into that,
Oh, yeah.
There really is. No, I had it. And guess what? Guess who's resistant to botulism? I'm actually resistant to botulism. I tried it initially for my migraines.
Yeah.
Because someone said, it completely smashed it for me. And then I was looking at my forehead and I was like, a bit of freshening up. And it will sort my migraines out.
Spring cleaning.
Mate. 4 goes later, she's like, you now have the most toxic forehead in Brighton, and it doesn't work. She's like, but there's 1% of the population or something that's actually resistant to that poison, and it's your girl.
Yeah, what a surprise. So the forehead is of normal size, but it is incredibly toxic.
It's incredibly toxic. I mean, it's all gone now. That was apt. That was at the beginning of this year, but it just didn't work. Where's 200 quid I've spent?
That juice cleanser will have got that out of you. World's smallest escape room shuts you in a coffin to induce claustrophobia and dread.
Have you done one of these?
No.
Speaking of influence, I got an email literally about 3 days ago from someone saying, "Hiya, Regis blog, senior social media, feel like you'd be a good fit for our escape room." It's like, what the fuck makes you think that I would be good in any sort of emergency situation where I'm required to be logistical?
Yeah.
Not my thing.
To not panic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not like that. Highly claustrophobic.
Yeah.
It was on London Road as well, so that in itself feels like some sort of escape
terrifying.
room. But I was like, how are you matching me to that? But no, I've never done one.
I could see it being...
Do you want to come with me? We could do a field trip for coffee
memes.
We
could film it. Yeah. I mean, no, I was just going to suggest that I could see you being in one as a sort of for other people's amusement.
Yeah.
But for my amusement, particularly.
Yeah, I mean, it would
not for your own personal amusement.
I'm
way.
Fucking useless in that sort of situation. I have no plan. Me and my friend Sarah were on the beach once, and we were just getting really stoned and pissed. And this dog came up to us and started going for us, and it was barking and going mental, and it was circling. It was circling us, and I was like, "Why is it circling us?" She was like, "Because it wants to fucking hurt us." Like that's what they do when they're homing in on their prey.
Yes.
Anyway, its pikey owners came and took the dog away, and then later on, she was like, "Did you have a plan?" And I was like, "No, mate. I was literally sitting there imagining my face being ripped off and hoping it wouldn't be." That's genuinely. I was just going to go floppy.
What sort of dog was it?
Oh, I don't know. A really scary,
Big?
angry
What sort of
pikey. Like mid. Sorry, I can't keep saying that.
A couple of times is probably fine.
You said I could say what I wanted.
You can, yeah. Maybe I'll have to take the heat.
Mid-sized dog, but it's like circling us. Right. Anyway, so I said, "Sarah, did you have a plan?" She was like, "Yeah." And I was like, what was your plan? She was going to get one of the gin tins, M&S, that we had, and clonk it over the nose with it, because apparently that disables it.
Yeah.
For me, I was just going to let it attack me. I had no plan whatsoever. So don't take me to an escape room is the moral of this story. And I'm sorry for saying pikey.
Okay.
I listened to Giles Corrin's podcast yesterday, and he said it on there. I was like, wow. We've had this discussion. He's the food critic for the Times.
Yes, of course.
He's absolutely hilarious, and he gives no fucks about saying that word.
Right. Fine. Okay. Well, whatever. As long as you don't give any fucks, that's probably fine, isn't it? Look at the state of this. Look, I'm more appalled by this. Much more appalled. Don't get me started on that upside down house.
I saw like this bucket list of Brighton tick list yesterday, and that was on there, and I immediately thought of that face you're pulling. I know.
Who's made that list?
When's it getting knocked down?
Soon, if I've got anything to do with it, I might set fire to it. If it burns to the ground, come and find your boy, basically, because the chances are it'll have been me. Right, okay, look, what I will say about this is I do have respect for the business acumen of whoever has just gone, well, I'll just put people in a box and charge them cash for it.
Yeah,
and if some mugs will pay for it, which I'm sure there'll be some fucking childless millennials that will pay for this. But, yeah. The subject is the creation of student George Larkwright, 24, who wanted to create a truly disturbing escape room experience to induce claustrophobia. Yeah, well, a tiny fucking box will do it. Desperation and dread. Sounds delightful.
Are you claustrophobic?
Very.
Mate, that lift that I sometimes take selfies in.
Not so bad with lifts.
Feel like I'm going to die in that lift for some
Busy
reason.
trains, though. Well,
yeah?
Only if I'm hungover.
Okay.
If I'm hungover, like, I don't know, if it's really, really bad, like, there's a whole, like, circling plague of things that, like,
trigger you.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I'm very easily triggered, as you know. But, yeah, when I'm hungover, it's worse. Fed up with seeing escape rooms used for corporate team bonding and smug selfies, George designed a challenge to make players leave haggard and almost aged by the experience. Misspelt what?
Haggard.
All right.
Not haggard.
The room, which is basically a big coffin, is designed for 2 players. One to be locked inside the box while the player 2 has to help them escape.
Mate, people would just definitely be banging in there, wouldn't they?
No, there's only one in there.
No,
the other one's outside.
For 2.
Yeah, but one is outside trying to get him out.
they guide you out. Oh no, I definitely couldn't do this.
I reckon if I was actually in there, I'd just kick that box to pieces.
Well, that's
It'd be fine.
Yeah, if you're jiu-jitsu training.
Yep.
With that wrestling with other men, Will.
Damn right. Yeah, just wrestle I'll armbar my way out there. It'd be fine. Yeah, don't worry about it. Inside the box is a pencil, paper, and a torch. The trapped player has to decode a cryptic message with clues written across the box's interior. The player outside the box has to look through a load of documents and figure out a code in order to piece together information, solve the puzzle, and unlock the box.
Sounds
Freeing
like
their power.
Awfully hard work.
Yeah, and people will pay money for this. Does it say how much it is? No. Okay, the quickest escape was 17 minutes.
Why wouldn't they put how much? That's so...
A waste of 17 minutes. You could be drinking. You could be in the pub for that 17 minutes, supping on a cool, crisp, delicious pint. It'd be a much better use of time. So all I'm basically what I'm saying is fuck escape rooms, go to the pub.
Yeah.
Come on, pubs are closing down every day because morons, because of childless millennials going to escape rooms instead of the pub. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. That is why civilization is coming to an end.
Absolute travesty, my friend.
It's not on.
Oh, I'm hungry.
Are you?
Yeah, should we go for some food?
Can do. We've got 7 minutes of the show left.
Sorry.
I would say we can't just abandon it. I haven't even declared a shoe throw of the week. Right, come on, let's have this Oblivion by Reaper. Good, solid bit of gear. Fine.
Welcome to Oblivion.
Cheers, Mitten. Love you too, mate. He's a good boy, Al Mittor. And cheers, Bildor. You're a good boy as well.
Let me show you how it's done.
put the camera just on me so people can watch my dancing and less of your scrolling. I'm into this tune. This is undoubtedly tune throw of the week for me. It's called Oblivion. It's by Reaper. He spells it all in capitals and wears a mask because he's a cool dude. I say dude, could be a gal, could be non-binary, could identify as rosy posy puddings and pies. Might do, could identify as an influencer.
Hashtag.
This is from the Drum and Bass Industrial Complex's latest influencer. Thought leader. Maven.
Let me show you how it's done.
See? Influencing. Bit much, wasn't it? Yes, guys, Jesus Christ. It's the end of the show. It's the end of the show. It's all, look at this, chaos, absolute chaos.
That video you just put on Instagram me as fucking butters, so cheers.
My pleasure. I'll do what I can. I'm here to help.
I told you about angles
just
and
trying
lighting.
to find you a man, you know? No hashtag no filter.
Hashtag 6 foot.
like the stuff that comes out of your mouth, Rosie Posey. Hashtag no filter. I hope you didn't trigger any pikeys.
Really sorry again about saying pikey. Twice. Last time I
Don't apologise.
Last time I
the
asked you
worst
how
thing
much
you can do is apologise.
Last time I asked you how much you'd nosh a man off for within 5 minutes, and then I dropped the P
so
word.
What's wrong with that?
Soz mum.
Come on, you know it's what. But if you just, what would you charge if you charged for sex? There's not wrong with that. I think it's a good question. How much would you charge if you charged for sex? Heterosexual, normal prostitution. What would be your hourly rate?
Hourly.
Have you thought about it? Ever given it some thought?
No, just more of
think
the,
about it now.
If I had to do a night with so and so,
Depends on the geezer, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fair
right,
enough.
we'll
Because I mean, for some, presumably, you'd do it for free.
Mate. You talking about? I'd much rather a good book than any sort of sexual contact.
Sure. Right. You got to that age, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Listen, guys, thank you for tuning in. Rosie, where can people find you?
At Rosie Posey BTN on Twitter, where I don't say the word pikey or the C word.
Okay.
And
you don't even say cunt on Twitter.
Mate, never.
Wow.
That is, you know,
Well,
I'll
have some
say
standards,
anything about anything
Yeah.
apart from politics. And the C word. And at Rosie Posey BTN on Instagram as well. Probably more fun over there.
Yeah, more banny pictures and that, innit? You know, very Photoshop pictures, really face-apt tuned right to the nines.
Dogging.
In real life, Rosie is actually £400. She has no limbs.
No,
she's just a spherical orb.
Yep.
Of
Hatred.
pure fat and hatred.
What a bio.
Yeah. Anyway, and she
Hashtag
needs a
updates
man.
Tinder.
She needs a man. She's a spherical orb of pure hatred,
really
and she's
has
looking for a geezer.
Turned into a beggy for Rosie.
Don't worry, men are very few, if no standards whatsoever. So, you know, you just got to take your pick.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you to everyone that's supporting on Patreon. I love you. It's been a fun week. I've enjoyed myself thoroughly. The first birthday on Tuesday was a lot of fun. Look, still got to get into this cake here, which I'm not really sure what to do about.
You've got odd socks on.
Yeah, I always have odd socks on. I haven't got time to
renegade,
pair
Will.
my socks. You don't have time to...
What's Hayley doing with her life exactly?
I don't have
She's
time to
fucking-
do stuff that would actually make my life better, like pay bills on time or, you know, things like that. I don't
Pair
have
your
the time for that. Pairing socks. Fuck you. Anyway, thank you to everyone that's on the VIP list. Greg Cornford, Oliver Hooper, Tom Ryan, Reece Mosson, Squidgy Beats, Pauly Hutton, Ciarán R, Michael Kedzierski, Matty Tomkins, Dave Long, Joel Potter, Sam Murph, Sam Howard, Tony J, Richard Patterson, Tom Camm, Stephen Harris, Matthieu Boulard, Jeroen Van Thunderbutt, Mike Pye, Lily Unsub, Richard Franks, Thomas Hall, Chode Ryder, Andrew Heichelbech, John Finison, the BDR Crew, Peter Blatchford, Austin Grief, Cooper, Gennady Lightfield, James Parry, Hendo Bartendo, Lady Scrimpton, Lynn, Menace Underwood, Dan fucking Morris, Guy With No STDs, Ames, you could go out with him, Guy With No STDs, that sounds reasonable, doesn't it?
I remember him. I'm just looking for Alexander Cassidy.
He's gone. He doesn't pay me any money anymore. Fuck him.
Joking.
He's dead to me.
Mate, he'll be back on when he sees his girls on here.
Better be. Come on.
Alex will be chucking money at you when he sees me on here.
Come on. Let's pass the fucking platter around, guys. Ames MC, Josh Williams, Rob Humphrey, Shibby T, Coco Shiva, Dan Elton, Taran Wilmore, Mr. Pope, Dark Progressive, Side Transacting, Superior, Drum Bass, Kris Breaks, The Bill, Karissa Barthelson, Owen Bates, Lee Fuller, DJ, and Henry Facts, it's Matt Wright, Grant Sullivan, Tom Robinson, Dad Smasher, Connor Smythe, Kevin Kaiser, Chris Shaw, Cosmic Wolf, Meatloaf, Nick Brock, Sean Simpson, Robin Card,
Robin Card?
Yeah, you fucking know it.
I am a fan of him. On Facebook.
Yeah, he's an animal.
Although he gets closed down every 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Brexit was a particularly spicy era for him.
It was very spicy. I mean, it's,
Hi,
it's
Robin,
always...
you don't know me, but I'm obsessed with your rhetoric.
Rarely agreed with, but always respected. Robin Card. Hugh Downer, Sarah Hunt, Hitch Muffs, Eltec Willay, Ben Virgo, Dan Tweed, Lupe Salazar, Big Wodge, My Hill, Mighty Danny, Nick Fleming, Carl Lewis, Gordon and Liz, Carl Williams, Tom Skipper, unfortunately it's George DC, Anthony Sharp, Claudio Loveschmidt, Benage, Drum Roche, Timid, John Forsyth, Anderson Pearson, Godlike, MC Hammer, Daddy, Your Mum, and Leonardo Yves. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Rosie, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Another week on the flat earth, another week descended into oblivion. Absolutely fine. I love it. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Okay. Goodbye. Have a good weekend. I love you. Oh, look. It's got some tune on it as well.